Régis, how was Portugal?
Good, I think. Really good training camp. 3 sessions, intense. Players connected, ready to go.
Did you get caught up in the power strike as well, the electricity cut?
Yeah, a bit, but didn't disturb the process. No.
You spoke after Oxford, obviously, and you were a bit concerned with the performance dogs, and you said you were a bit surprised. A chance, was it as well, when you were away to get that out of the system?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, we were frustrated after the game because we want to win, and it wasn't the case, and for different reasons. So I don't want to highlight too many points about that game because it was a different story, and we tried, but it wasn't enough. I think Oxford played well as well. They wanted to win. It was a really important game for them, and it wasn't enough. So okay, we know that the margin in this league is always thin, and if you don't play with the full squad at your best level, you can lose games. So it was the case.
How important was it for you in terms of, you said afterwards, I think Dan Neil said afterwards as captain as well, that players had their say, they voiced their opinions. I mean, was that something you value actually heading into this?
Yeah, it was the case the whole season. So it wasn't new. This is our process when we have something to say, something to share, positive or negative. It's important to have this conversation. Sometimes just after the game. Sometimes it's better to avoid. But I think it was positive at that moment, and the training camp was really good. So it means that the negative emotions were behind us, and now we wanted to build something new. And yeah, it's a part of the process.
You wanted to be in a position where you have key players back for the playoffs. Romain Mundle, clearly one of the more important ones. Will he be ready now for the playoffs? Will he be ready for this weekend?
Not this weekend. We don't want to rush the process, but he will train with us on Sunday. So we should have a full squad available. So good news for us. Depends on the game against QPR because we still have this 90 minutes to play. But on purpose, we decided to rotate the squad, to give minutes and experiences for some players to refresh and to avoid rushing some processes as well for others. And we should be in a really good place with this idea, because I think playing these games with the level required, we need a full squad available, and it should be the case.
You mentioned last week how you had a conversation with Enzo about playing, or private conversation where you assumed about playing on the left-hand side, which you did at Oxford. You now have Meyenda available again, presumably. Would that be something you would consider, playing Eliza wide left and then pushing Enzo back into the middle?
We have many options. Different options are available, and it's good for the squad because we don't know the scenario the opponent will have, and it's better if we have many options available, and it should be the case. So we'll see.
Dan Ballard, will he be involved in the squad?
Yes, yeah, tomorrow.
And also very good to see the pictures of Niall Huggins.
Yeah, absolutely.
With you. So is the plan still perhaps to put him on the bench, but not necessarily to play?
It's still early because I think he missed more or less 12 months, so it's really massive. And he trained really well in Portugal, so I was happy for him. I think because of the intensity, it's still difficult to maintain the level, but he can reach high level. Now the question of consistency is different because you need experiences, you need time, you need to play games, and it's not the case anymore.
This one game then to go of the regular season, a strange week for Queen's Park Rangers. And a strange match in the sense that you're the one team involved on the last day that there's nothing riding on the game. The dynamic is very strange compared to some of the games taking place tonight.
Yeah, different story. We've been top 4 all season, and we earned this opportunity. So for the other teams, it will be different. Everyone has his own story. For us, we are really focused on our game and the way of playing, and we are excited by this last stage.
Is it a day? Will you hope? Because it's one of those strange games where it could be very flat with two teams who've got nothing to play for. But how are you sort of managing the urgency, if you like, to try and put some jeopardy in the game?
It's tough to anticipate because it's always connected with your opponent, with the scenario, with the events will occur. So we are close to our best shape, I think, best form, and obviously it won't be a semi-final. It will be something different, but at the same time we want to connect with the intensity of the game. We want to connect with our fans. We want to connect with the future, and I think the players switched on in Portugal. It was really clear. Even the week before at Oxford, it was tough for part of the team, but I think some players were good. So it's a weird period, but at the same time we are in a good place, and I think our players will be ready.
How important is it, do you think, to go into the playoff campaign on the back of a win, finally getting a win after 4 disappointing results?
I don't know. We'll see. We can lose 5 games and be competitive for semi-finals, because our team showed this season over 46 games and many different opponents, many different experiences, that they were able to be competitive in very tough games. It was the case at Leeds, it was the case at Sheffield, it was the case at Burnley, for example, and we'll face this kind of game. So for me, I'm not worried, because I know we have a strong squad. Obviously, this period was a little bit strange, on purpose, I repeat, and it shows again that this league is very competitive. When you don't have your main references, the players are not experienced together, you can feel that the flow of the game is a little bit different, and 1 mistake, 2 mistakes can change the scenario, and the margin was not the same, but at the same time it shows that before we were really good. So I repeat, we are in a really good place. Now the question is, it's not this game we want to win against QPR, it's really clear, but the semi-final will be different. It's another story, another stage, another chapter of the season. So I'm not sure it's really well connected.
Nick spoke about, there were words said after the defeat to Oxford, and you said, you put that disappointment behind you. But can you almost use that disappointment to your advantage? Is that a motivation that players are frustrated? They want to win, you want to win. Yeah. Can you use that to your advantage?
Yeah, probably, especially for a young squad. Because it's really easy to, after 2-3 victories, to become complacent. At least now it's impossible to be complacent, because after 4 defeats, it's really clear, and the frustration they showed after the game was really clear. We can't be complacent, because if we are not at our best, we can lose at Oxford, and we were really poor. Our squad was, and the way we played wasn't at the level expected. So we'll see.
Thank you. Good luck.
Régis, now you've reached the end of your first full season ahead of the playoffs. What reflections do you have, just on a broad and general level, from your first season in English football?
Really positive experience. Again, even we can have good or bad results. I think the experience this season was really positive for me. I think I'm a better coach now than before after this season again. 46 games, so it's 1 season and a half for me, okay? And the connection with the club, the fans, the way we worked here together, I think was really positive. And I learned a lot, and the challenge was really interesting. So for me, at the minute, I'm happy. Obviously, we want more because we want to finish this season with a big achievement.
Given the recent results and sort of disappointment, especially in Oxford as well, going away to Portugal, was it nice just to escape the bubble that you've been in sort of the last few weeks, maybe with some of the intensity and scrutiny that's been on you? Was it just nice just to get away from it all?
Yeah, I think it was positive because during the season we stayed here, and it's like a routine, and we don't have the choice because train, recovery, games, and so on. So I think it was really important to change the environment and to create something new. And even for the players, they spend time together, talking about the games, the previous one and the future, and spending time just to get to know each other a little bit more in a different environment. So it will be positive.
Finally, can I just ask, have you had time yourself to consider what success in the playoffs might mean for this city?
Not really. I think, it could be really massive, but I'm really focused on now. So we'll see after if it's happened for sure. But for squad in this period, the future is the future with expectations, with consequences, and so on. But to be really competitive, it's here and now. So for us, this is our main focus.